You're listening to Devil in the Detail, and this is your big match review.
Well, I've just arrived at Headingley for tonight's crucial game for Salford Red Devils against Leeds Rhinos. My nerves are starting to kick in now, and I'll give you the teams. There's some interesting selection, especially in Salford's lineup. But I'll start with the Rhinos. It's Sutcliffe at full-back, Briscoe, Watkins, Kinehorst and Hall. The half-backs, Joel Moon is the standoff. Rob Burrow scrum half, and the forwards are Galloway, Seguiero, Singleton, Ferris, Ablett and Jones Bishop. On the bench for the Rhinos is Cuthbertson, Ward, Garbutt and Lilly. Salford start with Niall Evans at full-back, Josh Griffin on the wing, Junior Sow in the centres with Josh Jones in the other centre. Daniel Vido returns on the wing. Standoff is Gareth O'Brien, Michael Dobson is your scrum half, Luke Burgess, Logan Tompkins, George Griffin, Ben Murdoch Masala, Wella Haraki and Mark Flanagan complete the pack. And on the bench for Salford is Craig Kopczak, Ryan Lanham comes back in, Olsey Krasnicki and Robert Lewis. So interesting there that Ian Watson shifted Evans back into the side and tweaked it around. He's had to do with injuries and that, you know, to wingers and with losing Carney and Mason Kitton-Brown for the rest of the season. So we've got about 45 minutes to go to kick off. I'm going to make my way to the ground now and hopefully we'll be celebrating a victory tonight.
You're listening to Devil in the Detail, and this is your big match review.
Well, it's half-time at Headingley. It's a bit of a tense one. Salford conceding the first try. Jamie Jones can get the words out. Jamie Jones Buchanan scoring a soft one from close range for Leeds to put them in front. Sutcliffe kicked the goal to put them 6 in front. Salford, though, have done an awful lot of defending in his first half. Leeds have battered our line, had loads of possession, and we've defended really, really well. The Salford try came on 10 minutes. Dobson put a bomb up. Last tackle bomb. Josh Griffin palmed it back to Dobson, who fed George Griffin for a thrilling Salford try. Griffin went under the post. O'Brien kicked the goal 6 apiece, and then Gareth O'Brien popped a penalty goal over to put us 8-6 in front. Then a very controversial moment right towards the end of the first half, where Rob Burrow was tried to take a quick tap, which I didn't think he could do anymore. But Ben Fayler thought otherwise and decided to sin bin Gareth O'Brien very harshly, in my opinion. And from that next set of 6, Leeds have moved the ball from a nothing play really. Jones Buchanan looked like he was held up over near the line. Nice to get the ball. A bit of a forward pass to me as well. It's gone out wide. Leeds have got the numbers, and Callum Watkins has scored. Sutcliffe though missed the goal. It was quite an easy one as well. Not banging front, but not far out. So that goal could come into play in the second half. So Leeds are in front 10-8 at half time. It's a game that we're in, this one. They really are fighting in this game now. A game where you think we've got to score first in the second half, but this game's there for the taking. Leeds are there for the taking, and this game is there for the taking. So let's just hope we come out fired up in the second half. You know, I'm really, really nervous now because it's a really tight game, but I think we're still in this one and we can still do it. Half time 10-8. Well, it's been another disappointing night at Headingley. It's finished here by 30 points to 8. Disappointing second half really. Leeds came out, kicked a penalty goal, showed us a lot of respect there. 12-8 to pop a goal though. I thought they might have tried to run it, but he didn't. Lilly kicked a goal. The big turning point of the game came with about 25 minutes left, 55 minutes on the clock. And at 12 points to 8 we were banging the game really, and Leeds were rocking. We had Leeds there, I thought. We were there for the taking. Massive mistake from Josh Griffin, spilling the ball deep in his own half. That Seguiero, the lively hooker for Leeds, has kicked it through, chased his own kick, followed it up and scored, and that's put Leeds in 18-8, lead them. and a couple of minutes later a high kick out wide, which Josh Griffin was really exposed. Ablett's crashed over there, Lily's kicked off the touchline, and 24-8 sort of summed the night up for us. Then the last 20 minutes we battled hard, with 2 minutes from time, Cuthbertson's powered over from close range, and Lily's kicked the goal 30 points to 8. Again, not good enough really. You can't question the effort of the players, but it's just another disappointing night. Headingley, I really thought Leeds were there for the takers, and that we had chances in that first half. We looked for periods there, we looked the better side, but I think the main turning point in the second half, well, Iraqi had a try disallowed for a double movement. That could have gone our way there, if that was the first sort of thing of the second half. So disappointing result. We need to bounce back against Featherstone next week. We're still hanging in there, but disappointing night. 30 points to 8 to Leeds.
You're listening to Devil in the Detail, and this is your big match review.